Hello and welcome back to my tutorial series. We're going to make this page today, the window page I'm calling it. So we have two photo frames which you can add your lovely photo on here if you like, or put it in here, whatever you're going to please with it. But you can add a lot and lots of nice things in here, so it will be a nice eye catcher. Same on here, but then on the left there's same here. Then this flips to the left with a magnetic closure, and this to the right, and again you can decorate the left and the right page. And then we have a big pocket at the bottom which I already decorate just the leftover pieces. And yeah, there are some leftover pieces that you can add on here, in here. So the photos or whatever, letters, whatever you're going to put in here, that is on top of this page. Alright, let's make that. Okay, welcome back, and we are going to try, well at least I'm going to try something out, and yeah, and I'm just going to film along and see if it's working out. So first thing what I'm going to do, I'm just going to search for pieces that are cuttable in 2 inches. So this is one long, too long we need. This is a 2 inch. And then for the short one, so I always like to use my leftover pieces. Let's see. This is a short one. I can, well no, it's too short. Well, here are 2 short ones. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Okay, so I have 4 leftover pieces that I'm gonna use. First I'm gonna cut these all in 2 inches. We don't need any longer, so I'm gonna cut these all in 2 inches. It's the easiest way because I only have an inch scoreboard, and I know many of the viewers don't have an inch scoreboard, but yeah, I have to choose. Or I talk in centimeters, or I do it in inches. Yeah, and I think the most people having inches. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to make some score lines, and we're going to make 3 score lines, each a ½ inch. So that's 1½ inch, and then score at 1, and then score at 1½. I'm gonna keep this straight so I can score these as straight possible. I did not cut these already in the perfect length, but we can do that in just a minute. I'm just going to score these first. So we're going to make 3 score lines, 1/2 inch, 1 inch and 1.5 inch. So we have 4 1/2 inch pieces. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is what I meant. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch and 1.5 inch score line. Okay, that leaves us 4 pieces that are 1/2 inch. Alright. Here we go. Now I think I can cut these down in the white measurement. Here's some white. So I'm gonna leave that brown edge. So it's 1. Then the short ones. Just use your mark method. And then I made a long piece again with that brown edge. And then the short one too. Here we go. Okay. Now, of course, we are going to fold all these. And try to be as straight as possible. So you have these all nicely folded. I say that myself, but I need to do that myself too, of course. Okay. This is a little off. I don't know why, but it is. Oh, it just... Alright, so that's 1. So yeah, we fold these all. And this is a long time ago that I did this. So let's see. Let's see what we come up with. So I am going to talk to you what I am thinking. I want the top page, that page is going to be a large pocket where you still can add your things in, your photos in, and that is, but I do like it that you're going to be seeing what's inside. So I like to make a see-through window too. Oh my gosh, yeah, that is also what I like. So I have to think of what material that I'm gonna use and what closure. So yeah, I'm just gonna see how it all turns out. Alright, so please flatten these as much as you can. And then we have 4 of these. Now we are gonna build a frame. So I'm just grabbing the largest piece and 1 short one. And you can see how this all looks like. So I have the 2 fold lines. They are going to be outside this edge. So this is going to be right here on the outside. Okay? Now we're grabbing a short one that fits here. So we have a long one and a short one. We are going to squeeze this in here. So this piece, oh my gosh, I hope I can this piece right here and this one can fit in here. See? Nicely in that corner. See that? Yeah, you see that. Alright, and when you have it straight and you're going to see if it's straight, just measure if it's straight, because we need it straight, of course. And if it's straight, then I'm just going to use some glue. And you sure can also use double-sided tape, but I just like using my arc glitter glue because it's quick dry. So that is one corner. Okay, now grab another one, do the exactly same thing. Squeeze this in each other as flat as possible. Put some glue on the corners. Oops, keeping it straight. There we go. Yes, okay. And then we go to this, the bottom, doing it again. Tuck it in, push it close to each other. I'm gonna turn this over. See, yes, I like this piece better. Okay, now hold it, squeeze a bit of glue in here, turn it, there we go, and then to the last piece. How easy is this? This is so darn easy. Hold it a bit. Especially with this glue dries super fast. That's really handy. Okay, so that is our frame, and then it should be fitting nicely all the way around with a little brown edge. Yay! Now, if you are seeing that some hinges is not perfectly correct, then just choose the best side. I'm going to choose for this piece. So now I'm just going to glue this frame on that paper all the way around. There we go. And then I'm just going to apply, I'm just going to start at one beginning and then go to the bottom, so I all have it fixed. Now the easiest part is to turn this over and squeeze your glue into your frame. Ta-da! And it's not deep, it's not very deep, it's just a little opening, but that's enough, that's just enough. You can make it deeper if you like, but I don't like it too deep. I like it this piece. You still can add so much stuff in here, so you still see, you still can add loads of things in here. So yeah, okay, so that that is the first part that worked out. Yay! Okay, now let me think just a second what I want. And what do I want? One big frame? Or do I want 2 frames that flips up or sideways? Or do I want 2 long ones? That's also a possibility. So I'm gonna think of that just a minute by myself. I'm gonna leave you. Oh, back in 1 second. Alright, so I measured this for you. Yay, I measured something for you. So what I did, well, we have still some leftover pieces from our chipboard making the cover. So we are cutting strips that are 3/4 inches wide, and then we're going to cut these 4 times 5 1/8, and then 4 times 5 7/8. So these are the measurements that I cut out already, and now we're going to make 2 frames. So let's get started. Alright, so alright, put this away. I'm just grabbing some black cardstock, not too thick. Well, this is my normal cardstock is 160. That's perfect. So I am going to apply, and I'm going to start right here in this corner. I'm just leaving, well, 1/2 inch, small centimeter away, and I'm starting with the smallest piece, and I'm grabbing a large piece and pushing it nice straight against that other one. I'm grabbing another long one that goes on the top. Nicely straight, and then another short one that goes, of course, just in this corner. Okay, now I am gonna cut, and I'm gonna cut with my cutting machine also a nice little edge off all the way around. So you have something like this. Now we're just going to wrap it all around. So yeah, let's see. Let's cut off the corner. Same as we do with an album. Leaving 1 to 2 millimeters away from the corners. So leave just a little piece left. Alright, now I'm going to use my bone folder. That's easier. And I'm just squeezing a nice fold line. So it's easy to bend this paper around that chipboard. And I'm just going to do that all the way around. Let's do this first along sides, except first the long pieces, same as I always do with making the albums. Now let's glue this down. Go. Now same thing as we do with albums. I'm just going to squeeze these corners in, and then I'm just going to unwrap it. Use your bone folder to squeeze those corners in. Wrap it inside. Let the glue do its job. Tuck this in best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. But we do the best we can, won't we? Okay. And if you are not satisfied with a corner, then you always can cut off just a little what you prefer cutting. Just a little. This one is not. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's that. Now we go for to the inside, because of course we want to make a window. Now, what can we do? Well, I'm just grabbing a ruler, and I'm gonna use again, not so much because we're gonna unwrap this. So I'm just going to cut a small inch all the way around. I'm going to cut that off. Here we go. Then I like to cut from corner to corner. So we have made a nice hinge. Again, I'm using my bone folder to make a nice fold line, so it's easier to bend. And again, I'm going to start with a long piece. Does not need to be perfect that you start with a long piece. That's just a habit of mine. I'm just going to unwrap this, pushing it against your chipboard. I'm going to add some glue and glue it down. Go to the other side. And glue it down. Alright, so let's go to the last side. Here we go. Glue this tight, and then your frame is almost ready to make that other one. Yay! Let's make another one. Alright, now I really like a tight edge, so I'm gonna squeeze that paper in that thin chipboard, because it's not that thick chipboard, but it's still working, and it's a total waste of throwing it away. Yay! Alright, that's one. Let's do the other one. Okay, same way. And when you finish these two and you are going to dry test it if it fits, then I am pretty pleased how it turns out, and I absolutely love, and especially did that, so don't think that it's wrong. I made these, of course, a bit smaller than it completely is the same size, so I like that, because I thought I will do this a little smaller. I always do that. when something is going to on top. So yeah, I really like how it turns out, and they are nicely against each other, so that is also nice. Now the next step, what shall we do with these? Shall we make this flippable up, or do we want this to the sides? Yeah, if we do this, something like this, and this is closed, and still we need a closure in the middle. If we do this, then we also need that closure in the middle. But I don't do this the same direction, because then we need a closure right here. So if we do sideways, then it's one here and one there. Okay, I think that's a nice way, because I don't like this to be up and down. So I think we are going to make right, left. Yeah, I think, and then a closure in the middle is still good. Perfect. So first we are going to make that window. Let's see how I did that again. It's a long time ago. Yeah, that's continuing what I am doing. Yeah. Oh, okay. What I first did was making that picture frame sample like this, and I added a hinge on the sides. So that we are going to do together first, and then we're going to see how we're going to attach this. It's a little tricky, but we can do it. So let's make first that photo frame. I glued in some white, so it's easy to cover up all the hinges and you don't get in the way for your photo mat. Alright, so let's do that first. Okay, let's start with grabbing a clear sheet, and we are going to cut this down just a little shorter as the frame is. I'm just going to use a pencil mark, and I'm going to cut this down, and this material cuts pretty easy. It's nice thick material. Yeah, you still can use these. You can make little tags of these if you like. I'm going to use that in another video where you still can use these little ones, and you still can make a nice how you call that, a nice corner punch. Let's say, Diane, this is not with the tutorial, but I just wanted to show you real quick what you can do with this. So if you are cutting these, oh, so awesome. Never throw everything away, just keep it. Okay, so you use these. You can add, say, you can cut a little hole in here, and then if you are, I'm just going to show you real quick, if you are, put a nice little piece right here, and then this is not planned. This is not actually what I had in mind, but yeah, that is just how it goes sometimes with me. I'm just going to apply on the front and back just a little strip, and then I'm going to show you that you still can use these little pieces that you have left Nice, equal. Now keep away from that glue, but you can clean that off. And then you can, yes you can, well this is too short, but I'm just going to show you just real quick that if you put something in that hole, like this, and you tie this up, I don't do that right now, but yeah, this is nice. So you can add a nice little thing on here, and then you still have a nice little tag. Oh, okay, that's just an idea. Okay, I'm just gonna keep this away. Perhaps I'm gonna use it. I don't know just yet. Yeah, you still can use this. I'm gonna use it. I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but I'm gonna keep it. Ah, yes, I am strange. I know. Alright, so this is done. Now I am grabbing a piece of paper and I am scoring one side first. Let's check it out. Let's do it step by step. And we're going to make exactly the same. Oh, we can make another hinge on this side. Yes, we can. You can cut these corners out so it's easier to fold this down. Okay, so now we have made 2 fold lines, and we're going to make this just a little tinier than the frame, just a little. I'm going to make a mark here and right here. So make it a little smaller. Make it, let's say, 1 millimeter smaller than the frame is. Let's cut this down. And you can keep the rest of course, don't throw it away. I just did, but you can keep these. Oh, why I'm just throwing this away. You can keep these. Alright, so let's cut the corners. Okay, let's fold this all in. Yes, that is that. I'm gonna check it out, but first let me burnish each fold line nice. Okay, now this comes on the back of this frame. And then it should be fitting, and it does, but it's got a little in the way. Yes, you see, that fits perfect. Cool. Now the first thing I like to do, let's see, this was a wide-sided opening. Let's put this something in here on the right side, and now I want to make a left opening. So I am gonna glue one piece down, and you think, why did she make a full lippity flop down on that side if she is going to glue it down? Well, the reason why I do that, if you cut that piece, then it's going to be flimsy if you're going to put your photo or tag in and out. So now we have a nice sturdy in and out. That is why I do that. So this is the left, and now we're going to apply our piece. I'm gonna grab, because the outside I can clean, but the inside I can't. If it's once in here, then you can't clean it. So I'm just going to clean it because of course your fingerprint is going to be all over. So that, good material. That is that. The outside I can do that later. So I'm gonna apply this on here. Yeah, I'm gonna use my art glitter glue. Okay. Let's add this nicely all the way around. Use your bone folder to squeeze that glue into your sheet. Now you can use double-sided tape if you like. Use whatever you want to use. Here we go. That is that. So we still have that left opening right here. Yes. Okay, now we're going to attach this frame, but before I'm gonna do that, I am gonna clean my dirty fingers off. And of course there are going to be more. Now I am going to use some tape, just because it can. And then we're going to add, of course, that on top. And in the meantime, I want to tell you what happened. What was my things to do this morning? Oh my gosh. I had to edit and uploaded some videos. Oh, that was last night actually. And when this morning was everything uploaded, then it's time to give each video a title and put all the information on what was needed. And so yeah, that we do every single time when a video is ready. And then I am planning on when the video is going to be online, and I'm gonna plan that just a little in front when something is going to be online. And so when that was done, in the meantime I had finished my breakfast and everything. And I was thinking, while that was done, something is missing. And the reason why I thought that is because I was notifying that till a certain date I have my latest video. So when I saw that date, I thought, oh gosh, I really need to make more videos, because yeah, I don't want to skip a day, that like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I really need to make new videos. But I was thinking, I do have made a project the other week, so why is that not ready to go? So I was searching and searching and searching, and I thought, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to edit that. So yeah. So yeah, I'm thankful God I did not delete it, because that is also a thing for me that I will do really quick. If I see that a video is online and it's good, then I will delete all the materials on, well, not completely delete it, but yeah, I will save it sometimes, not all, but sometimes I will save it. So I thank for God I did not delete anything. So why is this not going in here? Yep, here we go. So yes, that is, so I had to edit that video. And see, this is what is going to be happening if you are not making a background. See, this hinge on this side is going to be bumpy. Ah, now I'm all the way. That is why I'm going to use this white, but I have to make it fit. So I'm just going to cut this down a little shorter. So that what was happening. So I was so busy lately that I completely forgot that I had a video. Hello. Yep, here we go. Now I'm gonna glue this down only on this piece. You don't have to glue it all the way down. It's just that everything what you're going to now apply is go way all the way back, so that is easy peasy. And you can use every color you like, of course, on the back, but I'm going to use some white because we are going to put something in here, so it's no need to put something down. Now here is a little smudgy thing that I want to remove. Let's see if I can remove that. There is just a little, yeah, here we go. Now it's here, but I still can, yep, here we go, cool. So yeah, here we have our frames, and this is the right side, yes, with the left hinge, and the other one is going to be the left side, and we're going to make a hinge on this piece. So let's grab a little piece. Oh, I think this is enough. Just grab a leftover piece and let's make a hinge. Yeah, this is enough for a 1/2 inch hinge. Okay, let's cut this piece loose, fold it, and here you have your hinge. Now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna make just another little fold line on that hinge. So we just scored a 1/2 inch, but I want just a little, yeah, is 1/8, is that enough? Well, yeah, I think a 1/8, actually it should be in half 1/8, so and I'm gonna tell you why that is needed. I'm gonna score right against that other score line. This is keep coming back. I don't know why, but let's make just a 1/8 then, if that is easier. Yeah, that is easier. So actually I needed to tell you that, oh my gosh, this is so flimsy. Sorry. I am so sorry that yep, here we have another one. Let's make another one. So I am going to score at a 1/2 inch and then just a 1/8 extra. Yes, and we can cut this shorter. There we go. That is what I had in mind. Okay, now why is that? Why is that I made a little gusset, a little extra space? Well, this frame is of course made with chipboard, and even it's thin chipboard, then it's still thicker than a normal page will be. And if we are going to make a hinge like we just did, then it's going to be a little tricky to fold it over. So it gets in the way. It will not be laying nicely flat. So if we are going to make this a little thicker, with a little more opening, then it will be flat better. Okay, let's see. So now I have made that little opening, see, with that little space. See, just a little tiny bit. And that, if we do that, so I already did this on here, but this is pretty small. That means that I'm going to show you with the other one. First of all, I'm going to cut this on the right spot. Make it just a tiny little bit smaller. Alright, so we have an opening on the left. So the meaning is that we want that hinge on the right. Yes. So we are going to attach, and be sure that your fold line is going to be just, not much, but just over that edge. So we do not want our fold line to be in I'm going to show you. Wait just a second. I am going to apply this, and the fold line is going to be just on that edge, but I prefer using just a small millimeter even over that edge. I prefer that, so I'm going to show you. So this is how mine look like, and well, it's actually pretty even, but that is very important that you glue your hinge not too far from the side, because otherwise it won't flap nice. It would not turn nicely. So be as close as you can till this edge, and I prefer just a slightly over that edge. And I did that, but you didn't see that because the frame is a little higher. But yeah, I did a pretty good job. Anyway, now I'm going to show you why we did that. So if we are going to apply this on that edge, and let's say that this is going to be attached, then if you put this down, it will lay flat. If you make not that opening, it will not lay flat because we have made that frame a little bigger. That is what's happening. That is what I was explaining, why we make it a little wider. Alright, so now I'm going to apply some tape, and then I am gonna cut this hinge just a slightly smaller, because our frame on the base page, our accordion frame, is pretty small, is a ½ inch. So we want that this is not going over that edge. So we do not want that this hinge is bigger than a ½ inch. Yes, that's correct. Oh yeah, I absolutely hope that it makes sense what I'm brabbling. So yeah, this hinge will not be possible to be bigger, otherwise this comes over this. You know what I mean, yes. Alright, so now check it out. So we have a right side and we have a left side. Now let's see, now I do have a black opening edge all the way around. So that is the trick. So what I like to do is I'm not going to put these too much to each other. So I'm just going to start, I think, at the top or at the bottom. And then I'm gonna leave a bit opening so it can better be 1 millimeter open in between then this is going to be bumpy in each other. So what do you think? Okay, yeah, let's see if I can glue this down on that frame. Now the next tricky thing is to decorate this piece. Yeah, it would be easy if I decorate this in front, but we are going to attach this on that hinge. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna think for just a second. Can I think? Yeah, I can. What I first going to do is I made up my mind and I am gonna add some of this brown on here. So yeah, that is what I'm first going to do. I think it's the best way to cover up later that hinge. So I thought of using a design paper strip, but I cannot add that hinge on any other spot than on top this frame. So it was a little tricky and brainstorming, but I'm just going to see how this turns out. So let's see, I'm gonna add, and the nice thing of this, of using this brown, then it will come underneath that photo frame, and that is what I like. So you still see that brown edge. Or the color cardstock that you use, of course. If you don't like this brown craft paper. I'm going to be as close as I can, as neat as possible, to go all the way around. So take your time for it. Don't rush anything. I was just getting a message from someone on Facebook, and she was giving me actually a great tip, and I've never thought of that. But yeah, since I get so much emails lately that people want me to use, they want to use me to make advertising for their web shops or products or something like that. And she gave me a great tip that I should use on every thing that there is promotion material for. And I've never heard of that. So yeah, it's all completely new for me, but thanks for the tip. And I will see that how I am going to apply that. I never heard of that. Yeah, it's totally me. It's totally new for me, and I never saw myself as an influencer. But yeah, apparently it's getting there. Okay, so what do you think? And I love tips. I absolutely love it because it's all new for me. So yeah, all tips are always welcome. Yeah, I'm just going to apply this and just see how it goes. So I'm going to apply the first one And yeah, if it does not work, then I have to do it all over again. That is actually not the meaning. So yeah, I am gonna use some glue because perhaps I want to wiggle a little. Wiggle it just a little bit. Okay, so I am gonna add this as nice as I can. And if I'm correctly, yes I am, a nice edge all the way around. Now let's see. Oh, surprise, surprise! How far does this happen? Let's see. Just make sure that your tape and your glue is nicely attached. Oh, that went perfectly. Now what you see that comes up is of course that accordion piece, so that is no worries. Oh, and this matches, well, it's just a little bit. It could have been just a little bit smaller, but perhaps, let me see, just perhaps I can, well, it's really just it's just a little tiny, and why am I that of a perfectionist? I don't know, but I'm gonna try to make that even. And the reason why I'm gonna do this is of course to let you see that if something is off, then you can give it a go to make it nicely even. And yes, I already have it. See? And now what we can do is to cover this up, and of course I have to make that, I'm gonna cut just a little bigger than it is. And of course I still want that black edge. So what I'm going to do, is I'm going to cut this piece just a slightly smaller, so I still have that black edge. And while this is a straight, not a straight, this is a solid color, so it won't notice that you added something extra on here. I think that looks good. Let's apply this. Because yeah, I don't like this, how this looks. So I'm just going to apply this. I'm going to make sure that this edge is the same, so it goes further. Okay, this is cool. Yeah, I like this. This is not bad at all, guys. Ooh, nice. Yes! Okay, for the handy, it's that we flip this to this side, and now we're going to add the other piece, and make sure you are not too close to that other part. So it's better to move it so we have a little millimeter off. That's better. Trust me, it is. Okay, let's put some glue. Now I'm happy. I'm always worrying if I spend so much time on a page and it's not working. Because if it's not working, then I just start all over. Yeah, that's me. I do that, and believe me, that's more than once that I do that. So okay, this is nice and even. So I can squeeze it down. Okay, now I'm gonna do this exactly same thing as I just did. I'm gonna check, and again, it's only just a little tiny bit. But if you are the same person as me and you don't like that, then you can use a small cutting mat. That was helpful. It was saying right here. And you can cut it down. No worries if that happens. No worries. You can make it nice and even. Yay! And you can use an extra strip for this if you like that. And I like that. Okay, I'm just going to use, that's awesome. Now if you use a design paper, then I think that works too, because especially with busy papers, I think that works too. But I love how this looks like, and I still have that brown edge. That is just, and this is pretty cheap paper, so that's perfect for me. Okay, ta-da! Yeah, I like it. I like it. So we have an opening right here for a nice frame, and we have it here. That's cool. Cool. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. The next step is to figure out a nice closure. Now the easiest way is, I think, a magnet. And how fun it will be, well, I think this is too big, don't it? It will be looking great, this picture, especially when I want to use that blue for the edges. Oh my gosh, this picture is actually pretty cool. It's big, but it's cool. But let me see where that piece is. This is also a pretty nice picture. Let me first cut that out. Then we also have that bluish that fits perfectly with that blue and white dots paper. What do you think? And this is so easy when you are using some magnets. And then she was quiet. Yay! You get peace. You get some quietness in me. Okay. Yeah, I think this is way better. Way better than this big one. Yeah, cool. Yep, that is what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So I am gonna glue this down on some brownish paper, just to give that brown a little coming back. So I'm first going to add this on brown. Then again, I'm going to cut it out. With a nice brown edge all the way around. I'm still thinking of that message. Good Lord, am I an influencer? That is strange. I don't feel that way. Now let's grab a leftover piece and don't glue it down just yet, because we want to add we want to add a magnet, so don't glue it on just yet. Still it feels strange. And I know I get a lot of emails lately from websites or people who want advertising. But actually, when you're going to think about it, it's almost free advertising lately. I have to dig into that. Oh, right. Yeah, I do say that word a lot. I don't mind. Yes, 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 yes. I like this. Cool. Now let's see how we are going to attach. I'm first going to cut out all pieces that is needed for these frames, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I did not glue these down just yet. I just cut these, and I cut these in the white measurement. So let's see how we are going to apply this. Now let's grab 2 magnets. And what do we like? We like, I think it's nice that one is attaching to one, and when it flaps back, yeah, I think that's the best way to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add first one here in the middle on this piece of frame, nicely in the middle, as good as possible. Then cutting another little piece. And then I'm just going to apply this right here. Yeah. That should be on this side, but oh yeah, that's no, yeah, that's yeah, I heard you. I heard you. This is needed. Yes. This side we want that magnet, of course. Here's the little in the middle. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. Yeah. Okay. I hear something somewhere in my head. I hear a voice that, okay, this is no problem. That now what I need to do is to, because this is going to be loose, so the other part we're going to attach, if that makes sense at all. It does. So I am going to be first add this on here. Yeah, the meaning was that I like to, that the magnet needed to be on the bottom. Oh, I'm very sorry. That was the planning. But you see, sometimes I'm a little off the wicket. I am. Like I told you in the beginning of this video, this is a completely glue with the flow tutorial. And yeah, some of you hate that. I know, I'm sorry, but that is just how I like to do it. So yeah, the best tip is actually to first watch the videos and then do it yourself. Yes, this is good. So when I am done with my paper, then I can glue down that other piece. Okay, now let's just add first this edge, which I am going to smooch. It's big enough to smooch. You also can use the other side of this blue, of course. You can use both sides of each design paper, which you like, you use. You don't have to use exactly the same piece of paper that I do. I'm going to make sure that this glue is attached nicely, even when here is a magnet under. Now don't push it too hard, otherwise you will get through that paper. But if you've been doing it gently, then you can make it nice flat. Alright, now we go to that other piece, this long piece. I'm gonna smooch besides this frame, otherwise I do have some of my dirty sponge on that clear sheet, and we don't like that. Okay, let's glue this second piece on the bottom right here. And this has no magnet, so that's perfect. Okay, now I can add some glue on here. You also can use some tape. So this opens to the left. What do you think? Shall I glue this down too? I think I do. I am gonna glue this down just a bit. Just a bit. That's sturdier, I believe. There we go. So yeah, when we open this to the left, that's the closure. Yes, like that. Okay, now I can add all the rest of these blue strips. And then we are almost finished with this page. Can make a nice loving tag that's under here. That's no need, of course, because the one who gets this can also put a photo in. But I think it will be nice if we add already a nice decorative tag in there. Otherwise you will see those white background too much. I think in front of a page I want that as less as possible. Just grabbing these little pieces right here, and now I can cut these down exactly on the correct size. Yes. Okay. This is going to be awesome. You know what I'm thinking about right now? That has nothing to do with crafting, but next week it's already time for my nail stylist appointment. And I have no clue what I'm gonna do this time. No clue at all. It's hard. And perhaps you noticed in my older videos I do wear sometimes pretty bright colors. And I have to admit, when I saw those videos back, that I was horrified about those colors. Oh my gosh, this is too wonky. I think I'm gonna change this the other way around. So, yeah, that is better. So, yeah, the last period I only wear pretty clean light colors. I think that is way better with all these lights on. But yeah, perhaps you do like me wearing very bright colors. I don't know. Give me a comment. Any suggestions for a new nail design that you would like to see me wearing or something like that? Give me some ideas. Give me some ideas, please. I would love to hear what you think about my nails. Yeah, I know most people do think they are way too long, but this time they are a little shorter than my last one. The last ones were my holiday nails, and then that means that I not do much. So I don't need them to be shorter. So that was one time, but they were actually really long. But now they are pretty shorter. Still long enough for you guys. I know. But I just love these. And I can work with them, so why not? Why not? Okay, but I love any suggestions for a new design next time. Please give me some ideas. Hey, what do you think about how this looks? I like it. This is cool. This is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, definitely I'm going to decorate the inside, of course. But I absolutely love it. So we can add loads and loads of things in here. What we have perhaps left at the end. Perhaps, if you do have something left, see, you can add plenty of things in here. That's cool. Oh, other way around. Yeah. See, this is not going anywhere, whatever you're going to put in here. That's cool. Let's see how it turns out when we are going to put this in here. And that blue comes back. That is nice. That is absolutely nice. See, and now we are pretty thick already. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Definitely a good one. Yeah, so we are at the top. That is cool. So I'm not going, well, perhaps just a little flat pocket, perhaps. I don't know yet. Can happen. But I am going to make more decoration on this point, and to finish off some pages, and then I'll come back. Because yes, of course, we need to decorate the back of this one. It would be awesome if I use this for the back, so right here at the bottom, that would be cool. And we need to decorate some more, I believe, on these pages. And here we have some pages. Oh yeah, we have still enough blanco pieces. The waterfall, yay! So I'm gonna pull out all these pages. I hope I can remember where they all at. Let me pull it all out, because I know how it's going to be. Put this away. Oh yeah, I like. So yeah, let's finish up these beautiful pages. And then, oh, I used 2 of these. And then, yeah, more fun things to do. Cool. I absolutely love these papers. Absolutely. Can't say that enough. Oh, it's lunchtime, I think. I'm hungry. So, okay, see you. Hello. Welcome back. Today it's the day that I like to use the leftovers, what I have, to cover up all the things that I did not mat it yet. So what I have left is just some scraps right here and there, so I still can use these, and some blue, and then this piece I did not cut all, but perhaps I won't, perhaps I do, I do not know. Just going to see what it be needed. And then I have 3 full sheets, and that are with these images. So I do not know if, yeah, I try to cut these down as on the best way I can, perhaps leaving some images, but I also need the back, of course. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do today. And I'm starting with the front page because I absolutely love making something behind it. So what I did was I cut a little booklet card thing that will fit in here completely. And then I'm gonna see, this is going to be nicely fitted. And I am going to make just a little ribbon closure on the side, so it's an easy pull out. And I think I want to use this piece right here. So it depends, not depends. It looks like these two. She is watching him. That I think it's nice. Alright, so that is what I'm going to do. First, to cover up these two, and then from here I go to the bottom perhaps, and oh, I do have my leftover pieces here too. Okay, so yeah, so if you want to watch me doing this, then please stay with me. I like that, and let's see what we came up with. Okay. Now, call me nuts, but yeah, I like doing things that are out of the box. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my leftover pieces and I'm going to cut a different, as many as I can, same size, little strips, so I can make a nice border on this card. And yeah, I know I am odd, I know, but I just like that, and I love using it all what I have left. So yeah, let's do that. Let's cut all these little things, and this is the same way as I normally will make a little patchwork thing background. So I'm just going to cut cut these all in the same shape, the same size. Some are already the same size, so that's easy, easy peasy. Just use it all. Use all your leftovers. Oh, this would be nice if I could, and I think I can. Yeah. So that is why I love my Tim Holtz one. So yeah, it's not always perfect, but it's good that we can have a few different cutting machines. So yeah, I'm just going to continuing what is necessary. And it takes time, of course it takes time, but crafting should be relaxing, isn't it? So yeah, I never get an album quick be done. I never, I can't do that. I just like using all the bits, even this little piece, I just love cutting them all in the same size so I can use these little bits. Just use it all. I'm going to try to cut this straight. So yeah, are we having fun or what? Yes, we are. That sounds strange, but for me it is. So I will skip this part. Actually, I am already filming pretty a lot. And yeah, that's just me. I just like doing things, and you like me to see this. Oh, but if you don't like to see this, then just skip it. You can leave me any minute you like. You see how many small bits I have left? Am I crazy? Yes, I am. But I like it. Oops. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna continue with this, so I have a nice pile to use, and I don't know if I like only a border or a full sheet of nice leftover pieces. I don't know yet, but you will see in just a second. Okay, so I cut it all out, and I'm gonna search. I'm gonna spread these out just a bit so I can see what I'm grabbing. Alright, so I'm just going to start, and now I'm going to decide, do I want these vertical or horizontal? So, but I think I like these vertical. So I'm gonna turn my page down, my card. And before I start, I told you I like to have a pull out. So I'm just cutting a piece of this ribbon. And let's secure this with some tape. Okay, I'm just going to put some tape on the edge right here. And then I'm just eyeball this the middle. And then I go back. So I have a nice pull out. Okay, that's the first thing I do. And you have to be aware that this card is from the bottom, so we have a left pull, and for the next tag we need, of course, a left pull. So let's put it right there before I forget. I would forget that. Here we go. Alright, so now let's start with this patchwork thing. I'm just grabbing pieces and bits And yeah, you choose which side you like. Just putting some movable clear glue, and you can add also your glue on the pieces paper, of course, but this is for me a bit faster. So I'm just going to start with a little edge, but you can also put this all the way to the edge. It's totally up to you what you like. Now I put these against each other, and so on and on and on. And here we have just a little piece needed. Well, by accident that piece fits perfectly. So yeah, that is how I'm gonna do it. And till everything is covered up. That's how I do it. Yeah, and you can hate it, then please cover up yours with perhaps whatever you like, but yeah, I just love this. And when there is a piece that is not perfectly fitting, then you just go with your scissors and cut it off. Alright, so I'm gonna keep continuing this, doing this till I have all my bits on this paper. And that is how I like it. Yeah, it takes time, but yeah, I love it. But like I said, you can hate it or you can love it, but you have to be a little patient. You have to be having a little patience doing this, but yeah. Like I always say, crafting is enjoy what you do. And so yeah, I'm continuing doing this all the way, and then I'll cut back to you. When I am finished with all my patchwork paper, then you're gonna like how this turns out, or you can put some lines with some black marker all the way around. So yeah, this is the difference. So that's totally up to you. I like the black marks all the way around, so that is how I do. And yeah, it's a little cheating, I think, but yeah, I like that. So I am gonna make the lines with some marker, and then they are done. But I don't know, perhaps it's too busy, but we'll see. Alright, and when this is on, this is how it looks like. Ooh, I would love it. What do you say? I love it. That is cool. We can, if we do like this, we still can add this on the bottom. What do you think? I think I'm gonna glue this down on some black, and then I'm gonna cut it out, and I do like that still on the corner. What do you think? Is that nice or is that not nice? I think it's nice. So let's see how that is going to turn out. I'm gonna try the best I can. So fussy cut this with a nice black edge. And I'm not perfect, but I do the best I can. Let's go all the way around. Here we go. Now let's see how that turns out. Let's see. Yeah, I absolutely love this. So I don't do it on on the tag. I'm just going to glue this on top here. Now we have a little depth here. That's no worry because we can cover that up with just a little. Oh, do we have a little? Yeah, I do have a little chipboard. So we can cover that up. You don't see that. Let's see how much we need. 2 or 3, I don't know. I'm gonna glue this down. And if it's not enough, I still can add one more. But I am gonna push this right here. And I'm gonna see if that's enough. Oh, I think one more. Just glue a few chipboard pieces. Or you can, of course, use that 3D foam things. I don't know the name, but I don't ever use these. But because you can use your scraps. Yeah, I think this is good. And I have a color. Okay, you dialed the wrong number. That can happen. Okay, so yeah, I am gonna attach this right here on the bottom. So I only glue this piece and this piece. That's enough. Because the window is still useful, of course. Yeah, like this. I like. Yeah, give it just a little extra touch, and we still can pull this out and in, so we can still use the inside, and you can add a nice photo on top here if you like that. Yeah, so I like how it turns out. Oh my gosh, I think I say too much. I like it. Alright, that's cool. I will save this for later. Oops. I think, yeah, this is cool. This is awesome. Alright, so let's see what next page that we can fill up. Oh my gosh, doggies.